Good afternoon. Today is the 18th of May and this is part of 5 of a slightly Shambolic shuffle around the, frankly, massive Chiltern Hills rally. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information. If I fall over, if I get things wrong, I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So here we are at this beautiful E28 BMW 5 Series with some Hartger wheels on it. Looking at the rear end, yes, it's actually an M5. 8687, they've got unique rear lamps on them as well. Wheels obviously by Hartger. Beautiful. Next to this amazing Daimler 66 Vanden Pla. Oh my gosh, viewers, how much excitement can you get until you find out we have a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. This is about as good as it could possibly get. 7475, not just a 66, but a 66 Vanden Pla. Another Series 2 XJ here. This is a very late one. Production of these finished, I think, about 1979. And this is a T, so 78, 79. Again, beige leather interior with wood. It's not quite as highly specified as the Daimler 66. It's a 4.2, but it's still very, very nice indeed. Another MGB GT with wire wheels on rubber bumpers. This is 1977-78. Next to this, oh gosh, I forget what these are called. The Type 3 they call these, I think. I can't remember. T3, that's it. Devon 83, 84. This might still have the air-cooled engine, although they changed around this time. About 1983, they changed to the water-cooled ones. Citroen DS21 with electronic fuel injection, very fancy for the 70s. This will be quite a late one then. Left-hand drive, of course. Most of them in this country are left-hand drive now. DSZ 113. Oh, there we go. It's a 71 Palace model. Another E28 5 Series. Now you see Schnitzer badge on it. I wonder what specification this is. Hello to Alex_E28 BMW on Instagram. 525E. Oh, 525Es are fantastic. They are very low revving engines. I think these rev up maximum to about 5,000 RPM. But very long lived. You look after them. They can go for years and years and years. Jeep CJ5, I think. 1981, 82 on an X. Very, very late Fiat 124 Spider. They finished production in 1985. This will be a Pininfarina badged one, because after like 1982 they were just named the Pininfarina as opposed to Fiat for some reason. Not exactly sure. There we go. And 1984 this one. Very nice. So this is a Granada 2.3L. It's badged as 2.8, but it's actually got a originally it was a 2.3. It's got a 2.8 engine in it now, but it's a 2.3L originally. It's a 1980 in Highland Green is the name of this colour. It's not the same Highland Green as on the Mustangs. It's very nice. It's rare to see a low specification Mark II like this. Normally they're gears these days. And then we've got another Granada, it's on a Mark I. We're going to see a lot more as we continue through the show. It's 3 litre S6 engine on an R registration, so 1976-77. Say 3 litre GL Auto. Then we've got this 2.8 gear facelift. Be 1985 only, because that's when we stopped making the Mark IIs, 1985. Just because it says 2.8i doesn't really need an injection. It could be a carb one. It's just all the spoilers on the Mark II facelift ones like this said injection, regardless of whether the car had injection or not. Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith. This one 7677. Silver Wraith is the sort of posher version of the Silver Shadow. We've got a slightly longer wheelbase in these. So, very, very nice. Typical sort of colour of the time as well, with the vinyl roof and things like that. I've driven a Silver Spur and a Bentley Turbo R, but never a Silver Wraith or Silver Shadow. And actually, they are similar underneath. Very, very late land crab here. Morris 1800, 74, 75. Production finished, I think, February 75 for these. So it's one of the last land crabs made. Then a Jensen Interceptor Mark III, 1973-74 on M. I really like these viewers. They're quite expensive now. They didn't used to be, but they're now really quite valuable. Series 3 Land Rover. We've seen quite a few of these today, actually. This one is sort of 73, 74. There's a little ram's head on there. Ooh, and a Vauxhall Victor FB. Oh, sorry, it's a VX490, of course. The VX490 was the performance version of the FB Victor. I haven't seen one of these for a long time. I've seen the FB Victors, but not a VX490. 1963 that will be. Beautiful. And another Series 3 Land Rover. Spoke too soon. There are plenty of these around, aren't there, today? On the 88-inch wheelbase, would it be? Friend David's bought this Rover 95 called Mavis. Now Mavis, I think, is in 1963. He drives it everywhere, actually. He's at shows all the time in this. I'm not really the sort of person who likes driving a P4 daily basis. I have driven one, but I didn't get on too well with it. Another 924, this sometime 924S, Guards Red, 1986-87 on a D. This one's got an automatic gearbox, that's supposed to be quite rare, and some nice teledial wheels. 1964 Elvis T21. The TF21s were even later than this, and actually they were the last Elvis cars ever made. This relatively late, but not quite as late as the TFs. Mercedes 380 SL 1984-85 on a B. Fabulous. Another MG BGT, this time with some upgraded headlamps. 1972-73. Triumph Vitesse, but with the bodywork of the Herald Estate. I don't think they made these from the factory. Of course, you could create one. It's quite easy to do that. You could just put an engine from a Vitesse in it and change the whole front of it.
That's the other way round.
Oh, thank you.
It's the body of a Herald Estate on a Vitesse chassis.
Obviously, you could do this sort of thing with Spitfires and GT6 and things like that. You could change them around because they're a separate chassis car, and it's very easy to take the body panels off. It's not really difficult. 71 Morris Minor Traveller. One of the last ones they made then. The production finished that year. Another one of these Ford Cortinas, which are these. 6970, do apologise. Rose style wheels on this one. One of the most common modifications you can do to a Mark II Granada facelift is fit the Mark III Scorpio Cosworth wheels on them. Actually, I think they look pretty good like this. If you're running original wheels, often they're Michelin TRX wheels, and they're very, very hard to find tyres for now. Really hard. This is actually the rare 2.8 injection model, which is lovely. 81, 82, so an early post facelift. Then we've got this Rover 3500, or probably a Vitesse, I imagine, modified. I've driven a Vitesse. I drove one last year, but it wasn't anything special as that. Then we got this 72 Corvette, Stingray. Then a Vauxhall Victor 101 or FC, these are called. This one's actually for sale. The late one, 66. Call Dave on 07508 785 255. Well, I want super. I've always thought these look a bit like a bathtub, principally because they're very flat-sided cars, and the track is really far in from the sides of the car, as you can see. But yeah, this could be yours. Citroen GS, interesting front end on this, 1974-75 on an N. It's the GS Palace with a C-matic transmission. 70-71 MGB. Then another Ford Capri 2.8 injection. To be a 5-speed car with a pepper pot. I don't think this is injection special unless the wheels have been changed. The injection specials tend to have different wheels from the pepper pots. And then Rob Spray Services. This 1980s Mini, sort of 88, 89 on an F. Another Beetle Cabriolet. This was a right-hand drive. And another Triumph TR6. That's 3 so far. 71 this one.
It was very nice.
The rear end of that Beetle. And another Ford Capri. I don't know what specification this is, to be honest. It's got a very low specification interior in it. And then we've got a grille for the Mark II, so who knows? 1972-73 Austin 1300 Mark III Countryman. Yes, that's actually what they were called. The Morris version called the Traveller. Just in colour, I can't remember what this colour's called now. Oh dear, somebody in the comments below enlightened me. And then we've got another Metro Cabrio. This is an early MG Metro Cabrio. I wonder who made this model. Was it Crayford? One of the rarest cars in the world by Top Hat Conversions. That Mini's on the way out. That's a later Mini with Mark 1 rear lights. Top Hat Conversions, 6 of these made, and well, 2 remaining. I've never seen one of these before. I know Metros were available with Crayford conversion, the early ones, but I've never seen a Top Hat conversion at all. Early Mark 1 Mini, it's actually a Morris Mini Minus, so it'll be one of the very first. They stopped calling them in, back in 1961, so very early Mini. Very, very nice BMW 6 Series here, viewers. Is this by any chance a 635 CSI? I think so. I mean, it doesn't say, but it probably is. Mark 1 Austin 1100, 1967 only. I've driven one of these. It was 64 of one I drove, which actually has been on television, I think. It was 64. Really nice to drive, although the brakes aren't brilliant, and they've only got circulation on the top 3 gears, so no circulation on first. This being an automatic one, that's not really a problem. Ford Cortina Mark II 1600E, 1967-68 registration. That's a third 600 EWC. So there are quite a few around today, but not as much as the 30 Cabriolets. There seem to be loads of those. 1964 Hillman Super Minx. This looks very nice. I have driven a Super Minx. I drove one actually last year. It was a left-hand drive 1965 saloon. Daimler Dart or SP250. This is a 1961 model. Unfortunately, when the E-Type came in the same year this car was made, Jaguar, who owned Daimler at the time, realised they didn't really need 2 cars that sort of competed in the same market, and the Daimler was much more expensive to produce, so they discontinued in 1964. Ooh, I think we've got a Daimler Sovereign here, viewers. It's sort of based on a Jaguar 420, up to 420G, the 420, which was like a facelifted S-Type. And it is, yes, 1967-68 registration. They were launched in 66, so it didn't last too long, only a couple of years. MGB GT 1967. And 69 to 70 Volkswagen Beetle with someone's really sort of ground that back, haven't they? That's ready for paint. I wonder what colour it'll be. Right, just get this right, viewers. Yes, it is still an MGB, it's not an MGC. It could be an MGC at this time, but it's not. 1967-68 registration. Very late splitter here, 1967. How many windows have you got? Well, an awful lot. I'm not going to count them years because I'll be there all day if I do that. And another Mark II Cortina. This one's a 2-door, so I think they're rarer actually for 2 doors as opposed to 4 doors. I'm pretty sure anyway. This is a GT. Got no back window on that particular van there. Now it says Anglia Deluxe on this, but I have a feeling that this hasn't got the original Ford Kent engine in it. I think it probably got something else in there. But definitely Deluxe by the grille. 4VC. Triumph TR4X Works Rally Car, 1962. Yeah, one of the shortest plates I've ever seen in my life. Vanden Plas Princess 4-litre R, 1967. I think they made these until 68. Someone I know's got a 3-litre version of these. Unfortunately I couldn't get insurance to drive it, otherwise I would have been able to do it. Which is a shame. But yes, very, very nice. Based on the A110 Westminster. 1965 Triumph TR4A, I think this will be. Yeah, it's a TR4A in it. Obviously they proudly state on the back we've got independent rear suspension. So with this, 1967 TR4A. '68, '69 Morris Minor 2-door. Someone's fitted better lighting in that, which is probably a good idea. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro SS. That's a very rare car, very early Camaro. I think 1967 was the first year for these. Oh, and a Mark 1 Triumph 2000. Yeah, it's not a 2.5 PI, because that would say on the side of it. This is a facelifted car. The Mark 1 facelift occurred in late 1966, so we've got different overriders and things on there. Triumph Spitfire Mark 3, I think this would be. 68, 69. Yeah, Mark 3. With a 2000 badge on the back just there suggests that, yeah, it's a facelift one. 69 Beetle. Lots of sort of chrome bits on there. Sunbeam Rapier, yes please. Beautiful car. Maybe Panama hat on the rear shelf because that's what you need. Now what are we, Vanden Plas Princess? This is again is a 4-litre R. Until 1965, it was perfectly acceptable for a local authority to not include the registration letter and number plate to indicate the year. So that might be still original plate. And it's for sale. Call 07881623619. As Mr. Bill, one of your par channel says, this could be yours. And we've got an NG, not MG, NG. I forget exactly what chassis these were based on, but they're sort of a way of getting an older looking car with more modern mechanicals. A bit more modern though than this Ford Consul Capri. Very nice. Be about 1963, something like that. Only made for 3 years. Fortunately, they were very expensive to build, so they Ford stopped making them along with the Consul Classic. Let's go this way, viewers, next to this TR6. 6970 on an H with the hard top on it. Have we still got the Lucas mechanical fuel injection? I think we have in there. Then a series. So look at the back before I get this wrong. Yeah, Series 2 E-Type, 6869 registration. Definitely a Series 2 by those rear lights. Triumph Herald 1200 estate, 1966. Some sort of very original looking restoration. I wonder if that's an Audi Rag one where they haven't actually done it at all. 1969 bay window Volkswagen. Been asked not to touch it, which I won't do. Land Rover Series 2A, 1967-68. Still got the lamps in the grille, so it's before 68 probably when they moved them to the wings for all markets. Rover 2000. It's quite an early one of these. 68, 69 on a G. The first ones came in I think 63. Remember the Volvo Amazon 123 GT. Oh yes, it's brilliant. 67, 68 on an F. I don't see too many Volvos at all actually. Not many Volvos at the show at all, which is a shame considering I'm the owners club Volvo. 1986-87 Ford Capri Laser. Actually 1986 it would be because production finished December 86, so it's only in 86. It's the 2 litre. Something very rare here, an MGC, which is rare enough. This is an automatic model. I can't imagine there's many of these around at all. Only made from 1967 to 69. That one I think has got a later grille on it for an MGB. 69 plate. 1966 Volvo 1800S I think this would be. They weren't called the P1800 after 1963. So this one being a 66 won't be built in Britain, it'll be built in Sweden. Very, very similar specification to the one due to the Saint. I think even the alloy wheels were like this as well. Brilliant. 1964 Rover 95, one of the very last of the P4s. That's very nice actually, that's a beautiful condition. Then we've got nice E-Type. I wonder if this is a 3.8 or a 4.2. If it just says Jaguar, it'd be a 3.8. Then we've got Morris Mini. It's not a Morris Mini minor, unfortunately. They weren't made after 1961. Interesting. Retrofitted subframe. Okay. So does that mean the car's been reshelled? A bit confused, viewers. Never mind. Keep going. Right. Daimler, the Majestic Major or something? I don't know. This is designed with dates from the independence of Daimler under BSA. It's not a Jaguar or a car or anything. Lovely. Another Rover P4, this time a 110. Again, a late one. The last 2 models in production were the 95 and the 110. I have driven one of these. It was a Rover 100 from 1961, and I did not get on with the gearbox or the steering very well. That's a 64, so I get to a very late one. Daimler V8 2.5 litre, these were called, which was the V8 engine version of the Jaguar Mark II. That's one of the earlier ones. The later ones were called the V8 250. Oh yes, excellent. A Ford Granada Mark II estate gear. Yes, please, viewers. Most of them were automatics, actually, the 2.8 gears. Could be the Gear X, actually. That's original plate, B84, 85. I very much like Mark II Granadas, viewers, if you haven't already noticed that. Rover P5B Coupe, 1968-69 on a G, with some white wall tyres. Ooh, and a very, very nice beige leather interior with wood. Even got some champagne flutes and a champagne ice bucket. I feel like I feel like having one of those right now, actually. But I shall not, because we've got so much more to cover. Very, very nice. Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud 3. Do you know these actually aren't as expensive to buy as you'd imagine they are? They're actually quite reasonable. Just somebody running one would be a little bit tricky. That can't be a legal plate, can it? Surely. It's probably on another plate underneath there. Well, Lotus Elite. This will be from the all electric early 60s. Super 95. That's a rare car, that. City 869 Lotus Cortina Mark II. See the Mark 1. Here's a Mark 2. See the Mark 1, this is a Mark 2. I imagine that's a genuine one, so very, very expensive that will be. We saw earlier on, I think in part like 2 or something, a Fiat 500 with the doors the other way around. This one's got the doors the conventional way around. It's a later one, Fiat 500L. Oh, it's for sale. So call 07395 088 794. This could be yours. Left-hand drive.
Very nice.
1965 Triumph TR4A. Independent rear suspension. How many of these are we going to see, viewers, today? Obviously quite a lot. Ford Consul Mark II, whether this is a high or low line, I've forgotten now. So probably not seen more of it. Perhaps we're heading into the section where we will see more of them. They are organised by classes actually in this particular show, so we might see some more. We're heading into sort of older section now. Ford Consul Classic.
Yeah.
So we saw the Capri earlier on. Now we've seen this for Classic. They only made them from 1961-63. It was an absolute disaster for Europe, really. 1967, Daimler, I think V8 250 with the beige leather interior and wooden piping. Superb. And little friend down there as well. Hello. Yeah, V8 250. Sometimes I surprise even myself with I don't get absolutely everything wrong. 1968 Chevy Camaro SS. Second Camaro SS in like this part, I think, actually. It's remarkable, isn't it? Another model my Traveller, 1968-69. Now, the Travellers are worth a fair bit of money. The wood in that looks pretty good. But if you have a genuine Minotaur, I'm not sure if this is a real one or not, but they are worth stupid money, actually. Wow. MGB GT with disc wheels, 1967-68 registration. And this crazy mini cabrio thing. Wow. 1963, it's a Crayford Mini Cooper Sprint. I don't think I've ever heard of one of those before. Ford Galaxy 500. 1964. Huge thing. And then last car of this part is this Vauxhall here. Vauxhall 6, so it's not the lower model. This is actually, gosh, Wyvern V-Lock, something like that. I can't remember what these are called, but 3 different names. I've forgotten what it is now. What a terrible video. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for hopefully more correct information, but probably going to be incorrect information.